Cowboys Crosstalk. Check this out. Broadcasting live from the Cowboys Club at the Star in Frisco. Brought to you by A#1 Air, the official HVAC and electric partner of the Dallas Cowboys. Blockchain.com. Trusted by millions, trusted by America's team. The National Medal of Honor Museum. Join the mission at mohmuseum.org. And by SWBC Mortgage. Customized solutions to help you meet your personal and business goals. Visit SWBC.com. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton and Kevin Gray.
Welcome to Week 4 of the National Football League. Your Dallas Cowboys taking on the Washington Commanders. It is Cowboys Crosstalk live from the Cowboys Club. My name is Kevin Gray of 105.3 The Fan. Joining me this week, of course, he is a 6-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro, 3-time Super Bowl champion. He is Nate Newton. Of course, Nate, what's going on? Good to see you.
I am pumped. I'm sending this all over the world. I got my boy PC. I got my sweetener over here, lighting this thing up. Called Nick. Yes, loving it, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
We have Nick Eatman, proud Arkansas Razorback of DallasCowboys.com. Good enough to join us on this Wednesday. What's up, Nick?
Hurting this week a little bit from
It's okay. It's going to be okay.
I don't know if it is. It's just Alabama this week, but it's okay.
Oh, my bad. I forgot that.
But I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there.
Oh, you're going to be there. All right.
Yeah, way to go.
And our Cowboys legend this week, he is an 8-year NFL veteran, 6 of those years proudly with the Dallas Cowboys. DeSoto's own. He is known as PC. Patrick Crayton in the building.
Yes, sir.
This evening. Patrick, what's going on? Good to see you.
Man, how about yourself?
Good to see you, man. Doing well. Appreciate you taking some time out of your Wednesday. Brought your beautiful family with you.
I did.
Out to the Cowboys Club.
Yep.
The kids was like, I want something to eat, so we're going to the Cowboys Club.
That's the way to feed them.
Yeah, exactly. Going to give them that free meal on the weekend. We appreciate you taking some time with us on this Wednesday. The Washington Commanders, gentlemen, come to Dallas. It is what they call Dallas Week in Washington. Nick, you know about this. Nate and Patrick, y'all know about this. Dallas Week, is that a real thing in Washington? It sounds like it's been a real thing for a long time about Dallas Week for them.
I've never been up there.
I don't even know anything about it.
I mean, it's just I can't get past the Commanders part.
Yeah,
like you said that, and I was like,
yeah.
wait, yeah.
I still call them the Washington football team. I still refer to them as the Washington football team.
I still have to remember not to say
the dead skin.
I can say dead skin all day long.
You can
so
say
we're
that.
good.
Exactly. That Madden made-up team, the Washington Commanders coming in this weekend. But coming off a win on Monday Night Football, the Dallas Cowboys now winners of 2 straight. Cooper Rush, CeeDee Lamb doing his thing. Patrick, I want to start with you because CeeDee Lamb in that fourth quarter, 4 catches, 44 yards, had a really nice game in the second half. What is it like for a receiver to get out of his mind a little bit? Struggled in the first half, but was able to really bounce back in the second half and really help this Cowboys team get it done.
I don't know if you call it struggling. I mean, he had the one big drop.
Yeah, the big drop.
Yes.
Everything. Like you said, it's early in the game. And I think if you go back and look at the film, it looks like he saw it at the last minute. Because you see it kind of hit his chest, then his arms kind of come up, and he's like, oh, that's my fault. Obviously, I understand.
And he was beating himself up pretty good
over
it, too.
He was beating himself up. But, I mean, like you said, that's how you bounce back. It's on to the next play. It's on to the next move. Let's go.
Yeah.
Is it one where you want it as quick as possible?
You do.
Like throw it to me again?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You do. You want it to kind of come back your way within like the next 5 to 10 plays. Seriously. So it's over with.
He really wanted the next play.
Yeah, you really wanted the next
like
play.
Immediately, back. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But we know you're not gonna get that wide open the very next play. So
that's right.
But the hand goes up like, hey, I was open.
But give
I'm
me
open.
something within like the next 5 10 plays. Let's go.
Nate, talk to me about how this Cowboys offensive line played, specifically once Jason Peters got into the lineup at the left guard spot. He springs Tony Pollard for a 46-yard gain. Talk to me about that offensive line and how they played on Monday night.
I'm going to tell you, man, they went into I want to say the strength to the right, so they went into an over.
Yeah, correct.
And they gave us automatic leverage because they gave us a bubble. And so, but our center lost his man, and they hit the same gap. The linebacker hit the A gap, and the linebacker with Peterson ran into each other, and it just left a big gap.
Yeah.
It left a huge gap, and Pollard took advantage of it, man, 46 yards. I'm telling you, it's going to be very predictable. When Peterson come in the game, we're going downhill. With the other kid, we're going to do a little bit more pulling, a little bit more down blocks. You know, we're not going to let him mash. But this is a good game to get ready because Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne,
they're tough.
Yeah, that's tough.
Nick, talk to me about Tyler Smith a little bit because Mike McCarthy talking yesterday to the media said he felt like Tyler Smith, that was the best game that he's played so far in a Cowboys uniform.
Yeah.
What does that do for his confidence knowing that it appears he's getting better week over week for this team, knowing the kind of pressure that is on this kid to help be performing this so far?
Well, before I say that, I mentioned one of my favorite movies of all time was Remember the Titans, but I always thought
Left side.
I always thought it was
strong side.
There was just Hollywood because at the end the quarterback is running down the field blocking people and still running full speed and blocking like 3 guys. I didn't think you could do that.
Yeah, Jared was on one at that point.
Tyler
you're right.
Smith did that in the game in the 3rd and 12, pitch to the left to Zeke, knocks a guy down, then knocks another guy down, then he gets knocked down and gets up and pushes the pile. I think he hit 4 Giants on one play. Strength, athleticism, awareness, toughness, all of the things you want out of any offensive lineman, he showed it like in one play. And he's just getting better and better every week.
Yeah. Good sign for this Cowboys offense that they are getting better and better. Cooper Rush going to be back in there this week again, starting at quarterback as Dak Prescott continues to work back from that thumb injury. Let's go to the defensive side of the football because that has been the story for this Cowboys team through the first 3 weeks of the season. They lead the NFL with 13 sacks. Patrick, when you see your defense playing the way that they are, what does that do for the confidence, not just for the entire team, but for guys specifically watching them go in and put work in and week out, and what that does for confidence?
I think you love it from the offensive side of the ball because it's like, hey, you know what, we're going to have some drives where we're not going to score every time. We're not going to get in scoring, but we know we have a defense. Sometimes, like they say, it's not bad to throw the ball away. You know, and when you know you have a defense like this that is playing the way they're playing, and holding teams to points under what you would love to see, you get excited about it offensively because you're like, hey, don't worry about it. Defense has our back.
Yeah.
We're good. Hey, okay, now let's go pick them up.
What does that do for confidence for the offensive side, Nate, knowing when you've got defensive guys playing the way that they are and how that can help you week in and week out?
What it does for me as an offensive lineman,
It gives you
what
a break.
it does for me is it says, you know what? We're going to run the ball.
Yeah.
We're going to get a chance to make 4
True.
blocks on one play. I'm telling you, because now you don't have to run back to the sideline.
True.
Man, I just gave up a sack, man. Oh, man, we behind.
Yeah.
We are catering to that defense. And now we got our offensive line coach on our side. We finally done won the offensive coordinator a little bit on our side. And as long as we do our job and stay even, ahead of the chains,
we're good.
we good, man. We good.
Speaking of that running game, Nick.
What, Nick, hold on. What it does for you?
No, he for me? No,
I'll tell you
it makes for a good night in the press box, I'm sure. Yeah.
I think what it does for me is that instead of the plane getting home at 4:15 a.m., it's just like 4:05.
It feels a little bit better on the ride home.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Speaking of that running game, 176 yards for this Cowboys offense on Monday night. The balance between Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. What did you see from that running game from those guys?
It's working.
Yeah.
It's not working. Nobody has to keep complaining about, Zeke, he's making all this money, but Pollard's this and that. Like, it works perfectly. And what I loved about it is that you can't just have a thunder and lightning. Like, Zeke is going to have to get the ball on the outside at times, and Pollard's going to have to get the ball on the inside at times.
Yeah.
Or defensive coordinators are too smart for that. So they're both able to do, one thing better than the other. But that they can still be, that both of the backs, I think, are dual threats. And so that's what's exciting about it. And I think they get along well. There's no controversy there. So I just love what they're doing at running back.
Go ahead.
This is what I say about Zeke. And I saw this when he first walked in here as a rookie, and he's now doing it as a veteran. He has never let the outside affect how he thinks and how he feels.
You shouldn't.
And I love that.
Yeah. You can't. I mean, when you're in a situation like the banter was all about this offseason, hey, what are we going to do with Zeke? Like, he's got to show us something because we know this got to be it for him.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Let me just show you what I keep trying to do. And I think, when I'm watching the game, with a couple friends, and they say, man, he looks like he's healthy this year.
Yeah.
He looks like he lost a little weight. I say, yeah. He's feeling it too. He didn't have to worry about hearing it from the outside world.
Right.
I guarantee the people in that organization are saying, "Hey, what you doing?
Let's go." I talked to LaDainian Tomlinson he was in training camp. You were there, and he was talking about for 2 years he kept saying, you know what, this little guy, he's not like me. I'm better than him. He's not competing with me. It was Darren Sproles.
Yeah,
he finally realized, you know what, he is competing with me, and that's okay. And he goes, when he kind of accepted that, then he was like, all right, I'm going to use this together and motivate me. And he said he had some better seasons and a better teammate at the same time because he was accepting the challenge and say 2 can be better than 1 here.
Absolutely.
Maybe this is what Jerry was talking about, 1 + 1 = 3. Maybe that's what he
Is
meant.
that the math he was talking about? Because that math don't math normally.
They both went to Arkansas.
Okay, yeah, that math.
That's that pig suey math.
Yeah, exactly, because that math don't math in my kids' school these days. But Cowboys Crosstalk live on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network. So now with the Commanders coming in, Carson Wentz and this football team, offensive line has struggled mightily, to say the least, having given up 15 sacks already this season. The Dallas Cowboys defense, 13 sacks already themselves, leading the National Football League. Is it as simple, gentlemen, as get after this offensive line for the Washington Commanders if you're Dan Quinn in this defense, knowing what you got from Tank Lawrence with 3 sacks on Monday night, a healthy Micah Parsons, we're assuming, coming in to Sunday afternoon? Is it as simple as that, Patrick? Send the guys after him as much as possible?
It's as simple as that, but you got to realize offensive coordinators know what's going on with this offensive line that they have up in Washington. They're going to try to get the ball out of Carson Wentz's hands quick. So that's fine. Okay, we can do drop zones. We can do drop zone blitzes. Then other times, it's third and behind the chains, you let loose.
The thing I was telling Patrick before, I read some of what Coach Rivera said. He was telling his offensive coordinator, you know, the young Turner, Scott Turner, look here. We have more than 3 receivers on this team.
Correct, yep.
We have 2 nice running backs, McKissick and Gibson.
Yep.
So we need to do that, and we got a decent tight end.
You got a nice tight end.
We got to spread this thing out. And what they need to do, if they want to be in this game, don't do like they did last week and just let these boys fire off them. You got to play down and distance. If you ain't at the 50, you ain't should be taking no shots, and none should be in your hand longer than 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to run the ball if they want to stay in this game. Because if they get down by 9, and young Scott Turner, Daddy don't be in the zeros. Kids, stay with the run, stay with the run. You know what I'm saying? They're going to get this boy hit.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, Carson Wentz, whether he wants to mentally or not,
he's out.
going to say, you know what, I'm out of this.
He's done. He's done.
You know, it's funny. We came across this stat. This is the first time in 5 years that the team that's leading the league in sacks is playing the quarterback that's been sacked the most.
Wow.
It's been 5 years. It happened with the Jaguars against, I think it was Jacoby Brissett later in the year, and he got sacked 4 times in the game too. So, you know, sometimes you can do all these things you want to, and if you can't block. And another thing, 4 of their starting 5 linemen are on the injury report. Washington. This is the guys that are starting for them.
Them dudes like, you know what, man? You know what? I ain't finna lose my job. But you know what's so funny? In another deal, this is the first time I ever seen a team get beat up like the Washington team, and they still averaging 32 minutes of offense.
How
does that happen?
Wow.
They're on the field a lot.
Yeah.
They're on the field a lot.
I guess picking up their quarterback, huh?
Well, that, and then when you go backwards, the clock is still ticking.
Right.
That's true.
So, I mean,
Right.
it adds
Okay.
up.
Wow.
Before we go to break, the number that astounded me this week was 49%. You say, Kevin, what's that number? 49%. The Cowboys, on 49 dropbacks, had 24 pressures on Daniel Jones.
That's great.
That's an insane number. I'm sure watching it in the press box, you kept looking at Daniel Jones dropping back every time. Here goes DeMarcus Lawrence. Here goes Micah Parsons. Donovan Wilson. Somebody was in his face 49% of the time on Monday night. Can they do something similar on Sunday against Carson Wentz in this offensive line?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Trent Williams is out, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Wow.
That was the guy.
Well, you know, Trent's over in San Francisco
Yeah.
now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not
you-
Trent. I'm thinking of what's the other left tackle that's at Washington now?
Well, I mean,
It's a young guy.
He's a young guy.
It's a young guy.
We'll get the name.
why can't
I'll
we?
look him up right
He
now.
might be on the injury report, so that's why.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Look
they
him
had
up.
Surf, but I mean, he's not there anymore.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
over in
he's not
Jacksonville
there.
now. Yeah.
I don't-
Well, regardless, the Cowboys are probably going to get pressure on this offensive line.
Well,
It sounds like,
it's-
given what they've gotten and what they've done so far this season.
It's Micah Parsons. I mean, Micah Parsons. He got 1 half tackle on the stat sheet. He still wrecked the game. I mean, the double teams, the triple teams, it lets these other guys go. I mean, Dorrance Armstrong and D-Law, they're really good players, but I think it all starts with what Micah's doing.
It is Cowboys Crosstalk live on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network. Nick Eatman, Nate Newton, Patrick Crayton joining us right here live from the Cowboys Club. Coming up next, gentlemen, I want you to ponder on this question. Has Dak Prescott's injury actually been a blessing in disguise? There's a quote from USA Today that he gave that might give you that indication. We'll talk about it next on Cowboys Crosstalk on Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
SWBC Mortgage's Cowboys Crosstalk.
Yeah, check this out.
Broadcasting live from the Cowboys Club at the Star in Frisco.
It is Cowboys Crosstalk on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network, presented by SWBC. At SWBC, customized solutions for individuals and businesses are just a click away. Visit SWBC.com to learn more and start your next adventure. Kevin Gray, Nick Eatman, Nate Newton, Patrick Crayton joining us on this Wednesday night here live at the Cowboys Club. Gentlemen, I wanted you to ponder on this particular question when it comes to Dak Prescott. Has his injury actually been a blessing in disguise? He talked with USA Today here recently, and he gave this quote that I want to read to you, gentlemen, and want to get your reaction to. He said, quote, "It's not that I'm learning things new about the defenses we face or anything like that, but I'm seeing more and more just how simple this game can be. Hearing the calls in the headset and then seeing how defenses line up from the sideline reinforces that sometimes all you have to do is slow the game down and go through the design of the plays. It can be so blank simple. That's what I can't wait to get back to," end quote. Nick, your reaction when you hear that particular quote from Rain Dakota Prescott?
I was hoping you'd start over there.
No, I wanted to get you because you gave me a look that I was like, I need to ask Nick what he thinks about this.
We always read between the lines, and there's a lot of truth to that. Slow down and all that, but I think it comes down to the play calling and maybe throughout the week of just the game plan. I don't know if he's directly talking to Kellen Moore there, but I think he's saying that you know what, if this is working here, like I think that this could work for me as well. And lean on the defense, lean on the running game, and let's not try to do too much, regardless of what people are making in their contract.
The way I see it, similar to what you're saying, but I also ask myself, this is a copycat league, correct?
Yeah.
Are you actually studying what other coordinators are doing with their quarterbacks with the weapons that they have? We got a lot of weapons. We still don't use all the bullets in the chamber. We were talking about that before we got online, before we got on the air, and it's like you have so many weapons. It's almost like a woman going to the mall. She's got too many options. She can't make up her mind.
Right.
Let's simplify.
You're not talking to her. You're not talking to your wife. Okay. Just want to make sure you're good at home. That's all.
If you give them 2 stores, let them use their weapons.
Yeah.
Those are your options in those 2 stores. When you start having all these other ones, you're like, I don't know what to do with them.
It's like going to the Cheesecake Factory with that menu. You're like,
oh, there's so many different types here to
that
take
meatloaf,
in.
dog.
Like bring it back.
That meatloaf every time.
Not the meatloaf,
just
though.
bring it back. Get to the meat potato.
That's assuming if you can't eat here at the Cowboys.
Of course, right, because you want to eat here, then you go over the Cheesecake.
That's what I mean. Out of town.
Yeah, exactly. I got you. Nate, talk to me about that. When you hear Dak Prescott say that, what's the first thing that goes through your mind when you hear that?
The first week, I got in trouble because I said, why does Cooper Rush like he's getting the ball out of his hands quicker?
Okay.
And I kept asking.
Which is funny because he's second in the league right now in terms of quickest release.
Why'd
Brady.
you get in trouble for asking an honest
Because people like, what are you saying? Does he read better? No, he ain't reading better. He got a design.
Correct.
And they've given him a design. This is what, and you hear me say this a lot on our shows and when I do things. I want the rookie Dak back because the rookie Dak didn't mess around a lot. And it wasn't about running because he only ran, and he ran smartly.
Correct.
And he ran, get the first down for the next 4 downs.
Yeah.
So I want that guy back when you used to be like, hey, man. Hey, man.
He needs a high five.
Nick said, let the church say amen.
No, I have a question.
Oh, you have a question?
Right.
Oh.
If rookie Dak is back, can I get rookie Zeke back too?
No.
Okay.
Zeke,
That'd be
Zeke
great.
is good.
That'd be great.
Zeke's good.
I mean, that'd be nice.
No,
Yeah,
Zeke,
for sure.
I'm going to tell y'all something. Zeke is good.
He's
Oh,
good,
yeah.
but I'm talking about rookie
But
Zeke.
what this kid is doing now, and it was probably all of our fault because I'm like, well, okay, when he's going to not put him in a bad play. I look at the greats. Like you say, look at the greats.
Yeah.
Why does 2 years ago Aaron Rodgers come in here, throw 17 passes, all them to his tight ends and running backs? Why didn't he go downfield? Because wasn't nobody to throw it to.
Didn't have to.
So why does the great Tom Brady come in here and hand the ball off to number 7 25 times? Because they are here to win games.
Yep.
So our offensive coordinator and our number 1 quarterback should say, I'm here now from this point on to win games.
To win games. Let me help my defense out at time.
Thank you.
I can't make the big play every time.
Yes.
I get it. I get it. You want to make a play on 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10. I get that. I get that. But then they always talk about, I mean, you listen to commentators, they always talk about it's not a lot of plays in the bag on 3rd and 9. No, there are. There are a ton of plays.
Sure.
We just know sometimes the defense is like, yep, we know what they're going to do.
We know what's coming.
Yeah.
We'll play down and distance and get off the field.
Yeah.
And make them punt.
Speaking of Kellen Moore, let's give him his flowers a little bit. I thought the game plan and the execution of that plan on Monday night was very good. You had near perfect balance, 31 passes, 30 runs. What did you think of Kellen Moore and the way that he called the game situationally, given what he was working with on Monday Night Football?
I thought he was a step ahead of the Giants a couple times. I mean, just and trusting his offense, trusting the guys. 3rd and 12, running the ball that play that we mentioned, but got the ball out quick. And also to do that though, if you're going to get the ball out quick, it's obviously not 40 yards down the field. You're asking your receivers to make a play. And Noah Brown, I got to give him credit. He's catching the ball and he's making plays. CD did the same thing. So against Washington, I just can't say it. So
it's all right. It's all right.
Against Washington, they're going to get the ball out quick. And to me, it's Anthony Brown and Diggs and Donovan Wilson. They're going to have to tackle McLaurin and them quick because the ball's going to come out quick, but make the tackle. And that's what I thought the receivers did a nice job. Got the ball out quick, and they kept them on their toes, and they were executing.
How did you feel about Kellen Moore and his game plan on Monday night?
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I think number one, like you said, because he's dealing with what he has. Mm-hmm. He doesn't get exotic because he realizes this. okay, this is a guy, let me keep this game plan simple. We have a great defense. Plus, we're playing the Giants. That's great. We're not coming in here playing a team that's going to score a lot of points.
Sure.
So, you know, it has to adjust week to week, obviously. But we got Washington come in. Run the same stuff.
Sure.
I don't care if they seen it on film 55 times each.
If it's working, don't
Run
mess
the
with
same stuff.
Yeah.
Because I can show you all I do, but if you can't stop it, why am I changing it?
Sure. Nate, what does that do for a confidence in an offense when you're getting that kind of balance, executing in the passing game for the most part, the running game playing as well as it is? What does that do as you continue to build with Kellen Moore in this offense now?
You know, and it started after the Tampa Bay game when the head coach said, me and my offensive coordinator is going to go over the playbook just a little bit longer. We're going to look at these first 16, 20 plays and make sure that he understands. It feels good to me, Patrick, that for 2 weeks, I ain't got to say not a triple reverse.
Oh, my goodness.
No trickery up the sleeve, huh?
Just run number 20 across the back of the backfield and hand it to him. That's all a single reverse.
That should be in nobody's playbook,
and
the
so
triple reverse.
I tell people, you may run those plays, but I'm telling you, as an offensive lineman, and they don't give you the perfect look that lined up,
that's rough.
All of a sudden you're like, what's next?
Yeah.
And now anything that requires time puts you in a panic as offensive lineman. I'm telling you, we did a triple reverse one time. We walked off the field as a unit looking at Coach Johns. Coach Johns was like, no, I'm not trying to tell you what to do here, buddy. Don't run that one again. Let's don't do that one again.
I don't know about triple reverse, but I would like to see number 9
a little Cavante Turpin
going sideways like that, because that punt return, like when you're just watching it, like you're not supposed to be able to cut up the field like that.
If he wasn't so fast, he would have scored. And that's the craziest thing to say. If he
I
wasn't
understand what you're saying.
He ran into the punter.
Yeah.
Punter didn't make the tackle because he had shook the punter. Punter just stuck his arm out and had his eyes closed. He ran into him.
He's gonna break one at some point. But I do like, you know, at part of the offense coming around the corner and even faking it. You know, do it once, but fake it, because if the linebacker's looking this way, that's even better for the guys running.
Yeah.
Nick, and I'm still saying this right here. And PC, you tell me what you really think, which you always do. If he walk into the slot or he walk up outside,
we game plan. They back up.
And if they back up, that's your trick play right there. Because he's telling you as a punter, you can't tackle me one-on-one. So if I see you back up, bro, you finna get the ball. We ain't got to do no reversing, wasting no time, and let everybody get none of that, bro.
I can run him deep. He's gonna take 2. I got everything underneath.
Yes.
And
you don't.
He's a clear out weapon, because if you're standing still in your back pedal, okay, they'd be like, Cooper Rush, let it go.
He did run by a guy on one play. Cooper threw it to the right side. I think he threw it to Tolbert, but he was open as well. But you guys are right. It only happens once, and then that safety comes like, hey guys, just so you know that number 9.
He's pretty fast.
Can run.
Yeah, he can run. So let's go around the panel real quick as we get ready to take on Washington on Sunday. If you're Kellen Moore, how are you attacking this Washington front starting on Sunday?
I do the same thing. I want my running backs. I mean, wearing those guys down. It's not going to be as easy running against that front 4 there, but still, I think I want to see more Peters. I don't know if he's going to start or play. He says he can play more snaps than what he did. I'd like to see big on big like that, because I think with that nasty defensive line that they've showed, you got to hit him in the mouth. And I think the best way to do it is put a guy like Peters.
Absolutely. I think the same way. I think the way you attack this defense is you find their weakness and you exploit it. What are you saying on film that they cannot play against? Are the linebackers getting out of position? Are we able to reach them? Use your athleticism of 73.
Sure.
And use your muscle of 71.
Tyler Smith and Jason Peters. Nate, how are you attacking this Washington defense?
I'm going to keep hitting them on the edges, because in the middle is some big boys, some Bama boys.
That's why I wanted to ask.
This is where the scene of the crime of last year, where one slapped the other one. So they may try to make up.
Oh,
so we're going to dominate.
That's right.
Yeah,
so
a little dissension in the ranks last year.
So they may come together, and until we put Peters in, repeat it, and leave him in.
Yeah, correct.
You don't want to take that chance. So I'm going to protect. I'm going to hit that Sweat, and I'm going to hit this other kid. I don't know his name. The other defense. I'm going to hit on the edges. Yeah. Our tight ends are doing a little bit better. They chicken fighting a little bit better.
They got to.
So we're talking about Tyler Smith and Terrence Steele?
Last time Washington came in, they only put 56 on them. So, I mean, whatever they did last year, I get Dak was doing, but whatever it was last year, I mean, 56
I mean,
points.
If Cooper Rush and this offense dropped 56 on Sunday, we're going to have a problem around here because that means everybody was playing well, and we're going to have that much more to talk about when it comes.
Be a problem
when it comes to Dak.
Man, you're going to see the owner come out of there for
Right,
real.
right.
He might make that walk. He might make that walk to
It's
Los
the limits
Angeles
getting better.
if that's the case, that the Cowboys wind up scoring 56 points on the Washington Commanders. Did y'all laugh when Jerry said this? Like, hey, look, I would walk to New York if it meant a quarterback controversy. I know Nick was probably like, Jerry, like, come on, man. Like, I know you signed my check, but come on, Jerry. Like, wait a minute now.
No, actually, you'd be surprised what my opinion on that is.
Oh,
it really is.
well, do share. No, do share. You didn't put it out there, but do share.
You did. Let's go.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're the senior writer around here now.
all right.
Let's hear
That's
it.
why I said this before. He said it like an hour before that we were at practice, and I said I'm not benching an undefeated quarterback.
Oh, you're hot hand guy.
I'm not doing that. Yeah,
Oh,
not gonna do that.
I didn't know Nick was hot hand guy.
Now,
okay.
now, I also think it's like, oh, that thumb, though. I still think that thumb needs a couple more weeks. Let's go, keep it rolling. And I think it protects Dak too, honestly, because what happens is he goes and beats Washington and then beats the Rams, and then Dak's healthy, and Dak loses. Because you could just lose to the Eagles. They're really good.
Absolutely.
So now you got a 4-0 quarterback back up. You got an 0-2 guy. Money gets put in, and now we're starting to talk like just play the guy. If he keeps winning, he keeps winning. And who would understand that more than Dak? Because that's how Dak got his job. He kept winning.
I didn't know Nick was hot hand guy. Patrick, real quick before we go to break.
That's a good theory.
He's like, when four is ready, four needs to be on the field.
Okay, you play the hot hand and everything and stuff, but that's real iffy.
I know we got to.
You got to go to break, yep.
Yeah, but I'd like to hear when we come back. I want to hear like
I want to hear,
No, because he obviously looks at it, which is fine. I like to hear that perspective.
Yeah.
What Dak is given way more than Cooper Rush. Because if Dak plays the way he's talking about playing, then you're probably going to get a better quarterback.
We'll continue that conversation on the other side of the break. It is Nick Eatman, Nate Newton, Patrick Crayton joining us. It is Cowboys Crosstalk live at the Cowboys Club on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting live from the Cowboys Club at the Star in Frisco.
Cowboys Crosstalk presented by SWBC Mortgage. SWBC Mortgage joined the more than 120,000 customers that we've helped to find their happier way home. Visit SWBCmortgage.com to find a pro today. Kevin Gray, 105 through the fan. Nick Eatman, DallasCowboys.com. Nate Newton, Cowboys legend. Patrick Crayton in the building. It is live at the Cowboys Club. Let's continue the conversation that we were having last segment when it comes to the quarterback situation with Cooper Rush and Dak Prescott. Patrick, I'll turn it over to you. Okay. Nick Eatman's hot hand guy. If Cooper Rush continues to win football games, he says leave the guy in there. Where do you stand when it comes to Patrick Crayton and his idea on the quarterback situation?
I love his theory about hot hand.
Mm-hmm.
But there's different ways you got to play this hot hand because you have to base it sometimes on situations and what someone has experienced. Dak has been under fire. He's been looking down the barrel of the shotgun. Cooper hadn't been that. He's got 2 games under his belt right now where he has faced, let's say, not going to say inferior talent, but he's faced a less formidable opponent.
Sure.
Right. Which is good. He's getting his confidence.
You ain't got to sugarcoat it. They ain't playing nobody yet.
He's getting his confidence, and I love that. But then, okay, what do you do when you say Dak is ready to go against the Rams? He's ready to go against Philly. It's a division game. You know how much those really mean.
Oh, yeah.
Then you say, okay, I'm still going with the hot hand. And then Philly comes with all the bullets in their gun, and they shoot them.
So then
what do you do? Then you say, Dak, get in there. Really? No. That's what we're doing?
So let's play the situation out there.
Next week.
So
then you wait till the next week, huh?
Oh.
Go ahead and take the loss.
I mean, it's not just hot hand, it's the healthy hand. Like, that's another part. I'm not 100%
I see what you did there,
sure.
Nick.
I totally get that.
I don't think he's going to be healthy and ready. I really don't.
I don't think he's going to be healthy and ready until Philly.
I agree.
Honestly.
And at that point, if he beats the Rams and Philly, come on now. I mean, like, that's what Jerry was envisioning. If that happens, are you really going to do that? Like, Philly?
Nate, you the tiebreaker here. Where you stand between a hot hand guy
and
Patrick's theory?
Right now
it's 1-1 right now.
He's warm right now. He's got the warm hand.
Okay.
But you beat those 3.
I know what's going to happen if he beat Philly.
Oh, it's going to be different.
Oh, I know what's going to happen if he beat Philly.
But let's get past the Washington football team.
Right.
Yeah.
And then get to L.A.
That's all.
So let's play it out then.
Let's go first.
Let's say the Cowboys go ahead and handle business on Sunday afternoon. You're 3-1, getting ready to take on Los Angeles. At worst, let's say Dak comes back against Philly, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
At worst, you would be 3-2 when Dak comes back against Philadelphia. You would take that, obviously, if you're a Cowboys fan and what you are in there.
Yeah.
At that point, if Cooper Rush does handle his business against Washington, and let's say they go on the road and upset the Los Angeles Rams, do you have that true dilemma on your hands at that point? Or is it still Ford's job, which I do think it is his job because I think he's the better of the two? Yeah. Or are we getting into warmish, hot territory when it comes to Cooper Rush and the decision to leave him in or not?
I'm telling you, this ain't – and I'm glad we can debate it because, you know, we all, got some what is some truth to what we're saying from experience, from seeing it before, from being a part of it. But understand me. Ain't but one man making this decision.
That's correct.
I'm going to wait on his decision.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Which man you're referring to,
You know
Nate?
who the man is.
I want to hear him say it. What's
the
man?
Jones.
Gray-haired man who writes the checks.
Okay, all right. I was just making sure. I was like,
the head coach. You know what? No,
stop it.
I would like for it to be Coach McCarthy's call.
Not.
I really would. If it was 100% Coach McCarthy's call, I think he would ride back with Dak because that's what he said.
Correct.
He said, "This is my quarterback."
Yeah.
So he's going to ride back with it.
Well, it's not Coach McCarthy's investment either.
Yeah,
I mean, that's another part of this thing.
See,
There's
that
a
Arkansas thing coming out now.
But that's the thing.
He said the money talk, though.
But Jerry's the one that paid the money. He's the franchise quarterback.
He didn't give him he didn't give. If he'd have gave Coach the right over the personnel, then the coach would have been making that call. Yeah. My thing is, all I care about, fellas, and I hate to say this because this is what Coach Landry was about. This is what Coach Johnson was about because Coach Johnson had the same thing with Berline. Yeah, he rode him, and then he rode with the hot hand. Yep. And then when the hot hand failed, Troy, use your team.
Get on there.
So I'm just telling you,
now, Nick's going to love this stat right here. Cooper Rush is the first undrafted quarterback to win each of his first 3 NFL starts and throw for 750-plus yards over those starts since Kurt Warner did it back in 1999. I don't know if you remember what happened in 1999.
We can't
All he did that year was win the NFL's MVP and win the Super
That's
Bowl
a horrible
MVP.
comparison
I just wanted to give Nick some more ammunition for his hot hand, theory. If he gonna go with that, so
you bet not go with that theory.
No, we're not going to go because Cooper Rush wasn't like working at Kroger down the street or Albertsons.
Oh, his story not good enough for you, Nick? His story not good enough for you? Is that what it is?
He was out of the league though, and I've said it 100 times. I'm not sure if the Cowboys didn't sign Cooper Rush, I'm not sure he would have been in the NFL. He wouldn't have been. He was out of the league.
Mm-hmm.
So, but there's something to be said for his connection with Kellen Moore, this offense, Dak. I mean, that's another thing. Him and Dak have a great relationship here. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's really going to be a problem. I don't see the Cowboys winning 2-3 games in a row here.
I just remember, man, when Dak was the quarterback, and I kept hearing everybody say, I don't really see it be a problem. When
because Dak was blowing teams out. Also, you got to remember, 3 straight wins.
Did we have a nice defense back then? Did we have a nice defense? Not a great. I didn't say great.
Nice.
Did we not have a nice defense back then?
Nice.
Did we not have a nice running game back then?
We did.
Right. But
I see what you're doing, Nate. I see what you're doing over there.
Yeah,
I see what you're doing.
But we also had no film on either one of them as well.
That's right.
And you know, once you get film, we're going to start exploiting the weaknesses.
Jason Garrett did the same thing 20-something years ago in like '98. He won 2 or 3. He won. He came out off the bench for Aikman. He came off the bench like in '98. I think he won 2 or 3 in a row. But then started figuring it out a little bit, and it was like, all right, when's Troy coming back? I mean, that happened.
So Rush and Garrett, I can see that similarity because they're both redheads.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah,
I see what you're doing, Patrick. That's good history right there.
Don't keep this going because
Red fades.
but if you keep this comparison going, we're going to go down the road.
We're not going to keep that comparison going.
Okay,
you brought that one up.
Okay, I did, but what I'm saying is the guy that's starting. There's the difference between Aikman and Garrett. My arms aren't tall enough, but between
no, hold on now. What you saying, Nick? Now,
Aikman and Garrett?
No, I'm saying what you about to say next.
Yeah,
it's closer.
Oh,
is it not?
Okay.
Is it not closer between Dak and Cooper Rush than Aikman and Garrett? Is that not?
The thing is, both of those.
I would say
it's close.
In a vacuum, yes. In a vacuum, yes, I would say.
Talking about Hall of Famer, and we're talking about like a guy that was a good backup.
Sure. Okay. I go with you on that.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
Nate looked like I don't look at that.
No, I haven't played. See, the thing about it, the only position I tell you I cannot critique, I just see little things about. But quarterbacks, I've always failed. I see guys in college. This guy, and they don't even get drafted. They don't get a shot. So this quarterback thing, I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna watch. And I hope we have success because I don't like losing Cowboys. We don't go together. I want them to win. So if they keep winning, I just wait on Mr. Jones to come out.
Yep. Real wins, not moral wins, right?
No victories around here.
No such thing as moral victories.
Well, let's thank one of our.
You hear that, right?
No such thing.
Look, there's no such thing.
Who said that was a thing?
We're going to get Nick off the hook real quick. We're going to get him off the hook real quick.
But it worked.
Let's thank one of our proud partners. Liberty Tax is a proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys. Schedule an appointment today at libertytax.com/Cowboys. When we come back on Cowboys Crosstalk Live on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network, we got to get some story time in with Patrick Crayton.
Okay.
Nick has a question for Patrick that he has to get off his chest before we get this show over with. We're going to talk about it next right here on Cowboys Crosstalk. I got you, Nick. Don't worry about it. I got you, man.
Back to SWBC Mortgage's Cowboys Crosstalk.
Check this out.
Broadcasting live from the Cowboys Club at the Star in Frisco.
It is Cowboys Crosstalk live on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network, presented by SWBC. SWBC PEO, helping to alleviate the HR administrative burden that comes with running a business. Leave the worrying to us. Visit SWBCPEO.com to find out more. Kevin Gray, Nick Eatman of DallasCowboys.com, Nate Newton, our Cowboys legend, Patrick Crayton, DeSoto Zone, in the building at the Cowboys Club tonight. Story time with Patrick Crayton before we get our predictions for Sunday afternoon's game between your Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders. I'll turn it over to Nick Eatman.
You know, honestly, I covered Patrick since he got drafted in 2004, and he was a guy that could do everything at Northwest Oklahoma State.
Good
Is that
job.
what it is?
He got it. That's right. You got
it. Parcells loved him, you know, just because he was going to do everything. But 2009 against the Falcons, it's my favorite story of all time when it comes to Patrick, because you've seen people lose a position during the week. They try to take two away from him in 1 week.
Yeah.
1 week, wide receiver and punt return. They got another guy to be a punt returner, and then Miles Austin had the game he had, so they made Miles the starter. 2 in 1 week, and Patrick was pissed about it, and he let it be known. But as the game goes out, it's funny how things – it's not how it starts, it's how it ends.
Yeah.
Not only does he score a touchdown as a wide receiver, but as a punt returner, because the guy got hurt in the first minute he was out on the field.
First return.
First return.
Pulled his hamstring.
And so here this guy is all week, but he just fought through it, and said, I'll show him. And then as the game ended, touchdowns in both. I think it's a game we don't talk about as much. I thought it was unbelievable, and how the character of the show is, I'm gonna watch this. It basically was a hold my beer. Is what happened.
Yeah. You know the crazy thing about that week when Aaron got here on Wednesday. You know, met him Wednesday. Aaron Rossum.
Yeah.
He was a punt returner they
Alan
brought
Rossum.
in. Alan
Yeah.
Rossum. He comes in that Wednesday and everything. I was like, well, damn. I was like, sheesh. That's what we're doing around here? Cool, no problem. And I love it the way Alan talked to me. He actually listened to what I said about how our scheme is for our returns.
Right.
And so we're in a week in practice, and if you remember Jason Garrett's brother, that was here with us.
Right.
Yeah.
John's a very excitable guy.
Yeah.
And his thing is during warm-ups and everything, we're going pat and go. He's do you love football? Do you love football? Okay, cool. We so used to it. We started ignoring it. You know, it was one of those things, you know. I'd be like, I love it, Coach. I love it. And so he's back there on special teams with us, working on punt. And the minute Alan gets back there, I was like, don't worry about it. You're going to find out. And so he's back there. He was like, get your feet set, catch it, get a burst, go. And Alan had some very, very choice. He's like, hey, Coach, I don't need that BS around here, man. You need that. I was like, yeah, that's what he does. Yeah. So we know how to zone him out. But it's your first day. You're getting a full dose of John Garrett. So later on in the week, we're working on it again on Thursday. And John comes over there. Alan sees him coming. And he literally threw a football at him. Now, Alan doesn't play quarterback, so of course he missed. Okay. But I was just like, yeah, this is going to be an interesting day right here. And John Garrett beelined it another way, and he went back to the tight ends. And I was like, is that all we needed to do this whole time? I'd have been did that, dude. Right. Yeah.
That's
been did that
stuff.
one.
And they didn't even tell you were getting replaced at a wide receiver either until practice, right?
Until practice, yeah.
They just said Miles going for
Miles go in.
That's how, so communication wasn't the best.
I'm going to say communication breakdowns a little bit.
It was a breakdown.
But you had something for him on Sunday, though.
I had something for him on Sunday, yeah.
Well, that's good stuff, man.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Wow.
That's my favorite Patrick Crayton game right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now he did beat the Washington other team with his
got the
rookie
game
year.
winner.
His rookie year.
That was. I still have that ball in the case.
Really?
My mom had it. She had a case made for it.
Was that your first touchdown?
That was my very first.
Oh,
wow.
It had to be a game winner.
From?
Vinny Testaverde.
Vinny Testaverde. It's always a good day to get Vinny Testaverde's name in. Before we get to our predictions, Patrick, tell us what you're doing these days in the DFW area.
What am I not doing? I'm still a professional chauffeur for my kids. My wife and I, that's what we do. I've been thinking about starting a different Uber app. I'm not sure what to call it. Right. I'm going to figure it out.
Okay. Chauffeur for kids.
What I should call that. Well, that's Bubble. They call that Bubble.
Oh,
that's
okay,
Bubble.
okay.
That's Bubble.
Soccer dad, something like that.
But we have that. My wife and I, we own a private preschool as well. We own a Primrose.
Right.
And she does a great job. She handles that one because me with 40 women and I don't know how many kids in the building at the same time.
Right.
Yeah, I'd be a drinker.
Right.
So, I say myself that. And then a few years back, I got invested. I own FedEx routes.
Okay.
Wow.
So that goes well.
Got your hand on a lot of different
busy.
things.
Yeah. So we do a few things. We have a subdivision real estate development that we're starting as well. So we're trying to keep it going.
Well,
man.
congratulations.
Yeah.
Busy man. Busy man.
It's
these
even
days.
more. Everything you said about the team is even more impressive now because of you find time to learn all of this stuff. What's going on with I mean, obviously you're not missing a game.
I can't help it, man.
Yeah.
And I watch it different. Like she used to hate watching games with me because I'd watch the game and not pay attention to a drop. I'm watching the line. I'm watching the receivers. And I'm like, he's open now. He's open now. They'd be like, play started. I'd be like, he's gonna be open. Don't worry about it. Watch. Just watch. Just watch. I see how they play. He's open.
Yeah.
Well, let's get to it, gentlemen. Predictions on Sunday afternoon. The Dallas Cowboys welcome in the Washington Commanders at high noon. The game will be on Fox and, of course, on your home with the Cowboys, 105.3 The Fan. Let's start with predictions. Nick, what are you looking to see on Sunday? Got about 3 minutes before we get out of here.
Well, I think that they're just going to, keep unleashing Micah Parsons. He's mad. Micah's mad because, D-Law got 3 sacks and he's getting on.
You got to stay ahead of him.
Two, exactly right.
I like this. I like this. In the points scored in 3 games, it's been 3, 20, 23. Points allowed is 19, 17, 16. I like where this is going, and that's going. So I'm going to keep that theme, 24-12, Cowboys.
Wow, man.
Nate.
1 point is all I need. That's all I ever need.
1-0.
1 point. I'm serious about that.
Now, the minimum you can score is 2, Nate.
Yeah, all I need is a 1 point victory.
That's all you
I need is
need.
a 1 point victory. You can be 31-30. You can be 58-50.
We don't want
He just needs a
We don't
Cowboys
want
win.
No, I'm just saying
that.
I'm just saying because if they score that many points, then we're going to have a country.
And we sure did.
Then we're going to be talking to Nick next week. Like, Nick, here we go now.
Here we go.
Here we go
Right.
now.
Yeah.
You got a score for me?
No, I don't care what it is. You make up your own score. I got to win.
He just said a dub.
I just want to win.
That's
bro.
all he wants is dub. Patrick, how you seeing Sunday's game?
27-6, Dallas.
Oh, 3 touchdown win.
You went out like that?
Washington gets 2 field goals.
Okay.
Wow.
27-6.
Because I honestly think our defense, with the way Dan Quinn is calling defensive schemes and plays and everything, if Philly got after him, and I don't think they only blitzed, I don't know, they only brought pressure 30-something%. If we keep bringing it at 40-something a clip, and Carson Wentz gets rattled like he did against Philly, they get 2 field goals.
Wentz is going to throw a touchdown. It's just not. It's just going to go.
It's
going to
He goes to the other team.
That's even better.
Yeah, Carson does like to throw the ball to the other team more than he does his own most of the time.
And I'm not even saying
He's
I'm
friendly.
not even,
That's right.
He's friendly.
He's friendly, very friendly, very
I'm not
giving
even
man. is
saying
Carson
I'm not
Wentz.
even saying the 6 is going to be 2 field goals. They're just going to miss the extra point.
You missed the extra point? Wait, look, scoring is down right now in the NFL. I think it's down by an average
It's
like
down.
10 points. Like, it's kind of wild to see. I'm going to go Cowboys 24, Washington 17 on Sunday. I think they handle
they
their
score
business.
that much?
I'm going to give them 17. I mean, look, you're going to keep it between
nice.
a couple Yeah, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be nice.
Why?
I'm a giving guy.
Why?
As long as it's a win. I'm with Nate. As long as it's a win, 24
care,
points, I
man.
think they can handle that.
long as
They're going to get
you
after
win.
Carson Wentz. I see another maybe 5-6 sacks against the suspect offensive line. So I'm going to go 24-17 on Sunday.
Wow.
But that does mean Cooper Rush moves his team to 3-1 as they get ready. If they do win on Sunday, get ready to go to Los Angeles. You think Jerry can walk to Los Angeles if they win on Sunday? That's his hometown. That's where he's born and raised.
Yeah, I know.
He was born there.
I don't. Yeah.
Is he?
He was born in
Yeah.
Los Angeles. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a drop. That's right. I remember that because he was born close to the new stadium.
Yeah, they were reverse Beverly Hillbilly.
That's what.
Not reverse Beverly Hillbilly, though.
We loaded up the truck and we headed back to Arkansas.
Yeah. Well, that joke is they always used to say I'm from L.A.
Yeah.
Lower Arkansas.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, we appreciate Patrick Crayton hanging out with us on this
appreciate
Wednesday
you.
night. Best of luck to all your endeavors, and appreciate you stopping down with us for a little bit on Cowboys Crosstalk tonight, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
For Patrick Crayton, Nate Newton, DallasCowboy.com's Nick Eatman, my name is Kevin Gray. This has been Cowboys Crosstalk on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network. Don't forget, Cowboys Washington on Sunday afternoon at high noon. That game, of course, will be on your home of the Cowboys 105 to the Fan on Fox as well. We'll see if the Cowboys can make it 3-1 against the Washington Commanders on Sunday. We'll be back next week live from Cowboys Crosstalk. It's been Cowboys Crosstalk live on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network. Y'all have a good night.